Hello. That was funny. My face went live before my little video. Well, thank you for tuning in to Tool Time with Tara. Um, hopefully, my stream will not be interrupted. Remember how I went to 4 o'clock because I figured my husband wouldn't be home and I'd have all of the internet to myself. Well, my daughter is working from home. Many of you know, she was in Hawaii working virtually and training, and now she's at home. So she is on Zoom meetings like all day long. So, so this will be interesting to see if we can stay connected for the duration of tool time, which I'm very excited about tonight. Today I added a tool that wasn't on the promo for it. And hi, Rosie and Stacy. So we're gonna have some fun. I guess before I dive right into it, I do want to take you I'll remind you of a couple things. Number one, of course, you can share this live and you will be entered. So there'll be a drawing at 10 p.m. tonight for $10 off of your next order. I am also going to do a special drawing for people that are on live for a tool. I will show that in a little bit. So if you're watching live, you'll be entered for that. And then I have a couple other promos to link into what's going on the Creative Memories website right now. So let me share my screen real quick. Okay, so hopping out to my Creative Memories website, got my picture up here. That's how you know you're shopping with me. And there's an adhesive buffet going on right now. Now, I've seen some of you buy handfuls of adhesive before at retreats and crops, but this adhesive is limited edition adhesive, and you win this paper. You earn this paper pack when you order 8+, so more than 8. So at 9, it gets added to your cart. So not many people want 9 of these exclusive or limited edition adhesives, but you may want 1 or 2. So since they're all the same price, what I thought I would do is anyone who says to me, either text me, messages me, or comments today if you want any of the new adhesives, you'll be entered to win that paper pack. So yeah. So there's photo tape, which is something that Creative Memories had in the past, but has as we call old CM, but it's back. So there's photo tape, and now there's foam tape, which we have never had. So that is foam tape, which is great because if you're using the dimensionals, they're small. You end up using a lot. The foam tape, of course, you can just cover the backs of things. So foam tape is fun. Then maximum strength crafting tape runner. So, and I love how they even put school projects, because those of us that have been scrapbooking alongside children, you know that they're right there to grab that tape runner to use in their projects. So this is super max strength. So you know how you sometimes have some wiggle room where you put it down and then you want to move it, not just repositionable with a regular tape runner. So this is like super sticky. It's going to stick. So there's that. Then there's adhesive dots, which are fun. And then designer photo corners. So something we used to see like in old scrapbooks as a decorative element. Like that used to be how they were held down, the older pictures. Actually, you're lucky if you inherit an album that way, because then they're not stuck to the page with some bad adhesive. They're just on there with the photo corners. So there's 5 photo corners, or 4 photo corners, 5 new limited edition adhesives from Creative Memories. They're all $9.50 each. And if you want to purchase one, then you can just let me know in a variety of different ways that I mentioned, but I'll mention again. You can message me, text me, or put it in the comments. Those of you that have the card kit coming, which will start shipping tomorrow, then for next Tuesday, I can just, if you're close enough, I can wait, because these adhesives, I ordered them today, yesterday. So I should have them tomorrow, so I can pop them into your card kit by Thursday. I won't wait beyond that. But those of you that live a little farther away, I'd have to ship them without, but I'll probably see you at my retreat in March. So anyway, as usual, we will work it out. But that is, can you not even see what I was showing? I'm still, could you see that? Anyone out there? I can't. That's the problem with StreamYard. Let me see what y'all were seeing. It says, oh, no. All right. Goodness gracious. So you were trying to look at this tiny little picture. That's all you were seeing. And I was over here showing and telling. So this is the paper pack you'll be entered in to win. Brother, it's amateur hour over here this afternoon. Here's a photo tape, foam tape. That's a little better. The maximum strength crafting tape runner, the adhesive dots, and the designer photo corners. All right, I will not belabor that anymore now that you've been able to see a visual. But like I said, since most of you probably will not be purchasing 9 of them, I figured if you purchase one, then I will put you into the drawing to win this beautiful paper pack. Bees are very in right now. This corresponds very nicely with the National Scrapbook Day materials. I see the little hexagons in there for the bees. There's a new hexagon punch coming out. So that's all very exciting. Let's see. Back to me. All right, so it's time to play with tools, and we've got a bunch of them. So let's see. Time to switch over to the tool cam. Oh, I'm glad I put these here, because last time I forgot to even remind everyone about the card class last week. So these are the cards that we're going to be making next Tuesday. They're super sweet and adorable, if I do say so myself. Cute little crocodile, balloons, little kangaroo. This little emu is cute. Age is only a number. Mine is unlisted. So these, of course, all come ready for you to assemble. 5 cards designed by me, put together by you. And we've got some 2-sided paper and that kind of thing. So that always leaves you off-roaders, you 4-wheel crafters, able to off-road and do your own thing. So how do you order them? You can go to my new site, which you will, if you go to DaytonaAreaScrapbooking.com, it'll take you right to the site. Then you can go to the calendar and events tab, and you'll see, let me just take you there. Let me just take you there, and then we'll play. All right, so here is, oh, there's me live looking. So DaytonaAreaScrapbooking.com will take you to this page. You'll see a preview of Facebook Live, which is always good if you get lost, or if you don't have Facebook, you can sit on this page and watch the lives. Of course, I'm always also on YouTube, so if you don't have Facebook, you can watch there. All right, so when you come in here, a lot of people have said, hey, I go to the DaytonaAreaScrapbooking.com, then I can't find your events. So you want to click on calendar and events, and if you're looking at a mobile phone, you'll see little through like 3 little lines from in the top right, and so that will give you these options. So you'll click on calendar and events, and then you'll see the whole month. Of course, these ones are grayed out because they're past, but you can still click on them and see what's going on. So here's Tool Time with Tara that we're involved in, and then here's the monthly card class. So if you click on the monthly card class, it'll show you preview, and then when you click on RSVP, oh, you didn't see the calendar, did you? Because I switched places. Gosh, someday I'm going back to calendar and events. Oh, good. It stayed in the same tab, so you can see that. So from Daytona Area Scrapbooking, you'll click on calendar and events, and then you'll come down and click on monthly card class, RSVP, and let me switch over to this tab, and then you'll see something that you're used to seeing. You can add adhesive. If you happen to be out of adhesive, you can add your adhesive, mini tape refill. You can add tools, and then you can add to cart and check out. So you might make you create an account, which is not a bad thing, because then if you think, oh shoot, did I already I can't remember if I signed up for the card class, you can log back into your account, and then you can log back into your account, and then you'll be able to see everything you've ordered, and then you won't double order, hopefully. Okay, let's play. I'm taking myself out of this stream, and we will put the cards off to the side. I did want to show you the Wanderlust collection. Of course, there's a new collection, which while I was out on the website, I should have showed you. It's a new, I'll go back there at the end. So the Wanderlust is a travel theme. It's beautiful, as usual. There's the matte pat. So we've got embellishments with acrylic stickers, and also gems and die cut pieces. We've got mats, which are journal box heavy, if you will, just because I think of the travel theme. And I've got them all in this project folder, which if you don't have project folders in your life, you may want to do that. They are $20 for a 5-pack, and they are amazing. They hold all the little parts of the collections. So these are laser cut mats. They are amazing. They are reversible. So right through the front of the package, you can see like browns, and then when you flip over, you can see the other colors. So give you options there. Let's see, on the back of this project folder, you've got longer pockets, 6 by 12. Those will hold your stickers, and the sticker pack comes with 3 different sticker strips, 1 border, and then 2 with icons. And then in the center part of this project, of the project folder, you will hold your 12 by 12 paper. And it's not so tight, so and it does expand. It's gusseted, so you can put a lot of paper in there. So this paper is absolutely amazing. There's the tone on tone and the designer. Let's pull out this tone on tone. Alrighty. So it's greens, it's browns, it's very neutral. There's that hexagon theme again. It's just a beautiful paper pack. And then here's the reverse sides of everything. It's amazing. And then the designer print has like a picture of a road and some fall leaves. So it's really pretty. All right, let me pack this all away. But if you don't use these, people store their papers all different ways. When you're at an event and you shop my stuff, I have them all by collection like this, so you can see all the pieces that go together instead of keeping all my matte packs together and keeping all my stickers and embellishments together. I store them like this. So then when you're at an event, if you need a piece of a certain collection, you can just go right to that package. But that's also how I personally store my stuff. Okay. So I got 4 tools to show you today. This is the new Masquerade punch. It's a border punch. And it will fall away. And the reason why I know that is the light blue, the punch area, is not connected down here to the bottom. Unlike this one, this snowflake border and frame punch. So this one makes frames as well as borders, and we're going to do that. Will stay attached. See how the blue, which is where the cut is, connects down here to the trimmer. There's no hard line like there is on here. So it's going to stay attached to the paper. It's not going to fall away. Now these little pieces are going to fall away. Let me just tell you, there's some awesome punch poop from this one. Yes. Oh yes, Frida. There's lots of, or how about like sloth faces or something. I mean, there's lots of fun. I always turn the punch over, turn it upside down. I kind of turn them all different ways to see what else I see. Now this one is called the Jammies border punch. Border maker cartridge. And so they're like little onesies and they come out in a chain. Now there's no silver line attaching it on the top or bottom. So this one falls away. So hard to catch the light just right. This one falls away. Now this one is called the Chevron arrows. This one, you notice how it has the line. This one stays attached. So it's going to punch these holes out of your page. All right. So now that I've described them, we're going to play with them. Let's play with the Jammies first. Now the Jammies, right, it's got the little area like to snap the bottom. I was like, where's my paper? Oh. So I grabbed some pink paper here, and if you haven't seen the border maker system in action, you need both of these parts of the tool. This ejects the cartridge and the cartridge snaps in there. This is just so that the proper amount of paper is ready for the puncher. So that snaps in. There's magnets that hold the paper in place. And now you can't use it like this. You've got to flip this back underneath. Now the correct amount of paper is out, and you're going to use this little notch to align it, and then these only fit one way into the punch, so it's pretty easy to use. Once it goes in, you just punch and slide. So those of you who have grown children, but you never finish their baby album, maybe you need this punch. I saw somebody did some really cute dogs with this punch, without the heart ones, but they were like cute little dog faces, and they did it out of white and made little noses and stuff. It was adorable. People are so creative, including each one of you. So they're easy peasy, right? There's some pink onesies. But what if you did some tie-dye making with tie-dye shirts making? Well, then we can just cut off the bottoms, and using my favorite trimmer, now we just cut off that. Of course, you can't see it over. I just cut off the bottoms, and now we've got t-shirts. So that would be fun for any kind of like family reunion, maybe, where you've got matching t-shirts, or maybe you go to Disney and you all have matching t-shirts. That would be a fun way to use this punch as well. But let's see it. I was going to show it on a different color. That was on some pink paper. Let me grab I also store all my scraps in the Power Project folders. So if this is not your first tool time, then you likely have seen my scrap pile. Sometimes you just have so many scraps. Ugh. All right, so now let's do this. I did that out of printed paper. Let's show the Jammies punch using some green cardstock. Now there's adorable little hearts that come out. I thought I grabbed a dark piece of paper. Let's just show this on a dark piece of paper. If you punching two different colors, like we punched the pink, you can come back in and you can replace the heart from one with other colors there. Can you see that? Whoops. So then I put the pink heart, the punch poop from the pink one into the green shirts, and it looks adorable. So that's my favorite thing about Border Maker cartridges, is they really make you look so fancy. You can also offset them, layer them. I cut the bottoms off of this, so it doesn't show exactly the way I want. I can cut another one, but just to offset them a little bit, to add almost like a little shadow, is a really fun thing to do with them too. Alrighty, let's move on to the next, which is the Chevron arrows. As soon as I saw this, now I did not go to college at Florida State, but I, of course, living in Florida, I have lots of friends who are Florida State fans. So whenever I see like any arrows, it's kind of my go-to for suggestions for tailgating and that kind of thing. So I've got some gold paper in here and loaded it in. And now we're going to punch the Chevron arrows. All right. So you can just, it's attached, right? So we can just leave it. And now it shows through. And it looks really nice like that. But this is something else that you can do. Let me grab this out. Let's see. Looks like it's 3/8 of an inch. So let me line this up. I think that's right. All right. So I measured this, which was 3/8 of an inch, and cut it off. So now I have a border, but I'm going to do 2 more. Just kidding. I'm going to do 3 more real quick out of this gold paper to show you. And you can do this with not just this border maker cartridge. If you haven't tried this technique, this is fun. So you need to cut 4. I'm just going to come on the other side and then I can cut 2 at once. I just love the look of this. I love how varied our border maker punches are. We've got onesies, and then there's this cool, Chevron one. So they're really varied, and you don't have to buy every single punch that's released. Although one lucky person at my open house won all the punches that Creative Memories releases for the year, which is a huge prize. It ends up being, at least 1 a month, sometimes 2. And our lucky scrappy sister who won that for me is Gail. All right. Now that we've got 4 of those, we are going to miter the edges and make okay, so we want them to fit, and this is where this little guy, this little 45-degree angle, we're going to slide the tip here up to where the cutting line is, and then right up to the line and cut. All right. And then we need to do it the other way. Thankfully, both sides are the same. So if you're using reversible paper, you'll have to flip in order to make it work. But if it's the same size, then oh, it looks like I didn't cut this one all the way. I didn't lean forward enough to align. Thankfully, that's one of the things I love about this trimmer, is that even if you just have to cut off a tiny little bit, it's very easy. Okay, so then we can put it onto the page like that. Yes, it is, Frida. All right, so look at how awesome that looks. Now we can go all the way around just by continuing what we did there. And then you've got a great page here for the middle. You could also cut off a little bit so that it comes into the middle and leaves a border. Okay. So let's do this one. I'm going to cut off a little bit more so that we have the border. The trick will be to use some point on the trimmer. So I'm going to go right up to this line, that you can repeat that over and over again. So I'm going to go to this 1/2 inch, one edge on the 1/2 inch line and the other. Oh, it's going to be shorter because if you haven't done, I cut it the wrong way. I needed to go this way. This is also where a pencil comes in handy so that you are going the right way. All right, now I can do that again. There we go. I'm going to use the same, I'm just going to cut right to the edge. Okay, that's better. There we go. And then this one, we want to be like this. So I'm just going to bring this over so that I can position it the right way. Not that way. That way. Those of you that don't like to measure, this type of thing could make you crazy. But, you know, you just go back and cut a little more. You might, I mean, in this case, I was trying to have, oops, that's the wrong corner. I wanted to have a little bit of space around it. Now, I can stop right there because if I was doing a 2-page spread, I could not miter these. I could just keep going straight and miter the corners over there. So I just love this look. And like I said, you can do that with so many of the border, with the border maker cartridges. And like I said, I just love this. I love these little arrows. They're good for travel, for train picks, for flying picks. Also, like I said, for the FSU fans out there, they are good for that as well. Alrighty. Let's see what else we can play with today. Well, we have been waiting for this punch since December. So many of you ordered this punch in December and just now got your hands on it. So the first thing I'm going to do is tell you that it is a frame and border punch. So we can, and the punch poop is worth the price of admission because it makes some great little scraps when it punches. All right. So if you're going to punch it as a border, you want to start, again, it's so hard. There are 2 black lines. Now the older border punches don't have those, but all the newer ones have these 2 black lines. If you don't want to start in the middle of this punch, then you'll want to line it up with either the right side or the left side, and you can go either way. So I'm going to put it in here, line it up with this right side, and punch. And then you're going to slide it until the pattern repeats itself. Okay, so you're going to cover up the pattern and make sure this part is lined up. And then punch again and keep going all the way. Until you get to the edge of the paper. If you have like this little piece, you can just get rid of that. All right, and so that is the beautiful page. And like I already showed you before, because the blue carries down, it's staying attached. But look at these fabulous snowflakes you have. So even if you don't want to use the border, you got the border, but then you also have 4 different snowflakes. You've got this one, you've got this one. Now, we didn't see snow, but for many of us in Florida, it felt like it was going to snow. Gail, are you talking about this one? Yes, it is, and it is labeled hot. So, if you, but you might already have one coming to you with your, so let me check. Yes, this one is labeled hot. So if you didn't already, if you didn't already order it, you'll want to let me know so I can put it on my order. Now, Rosie, I know you're a Disney fan. I mean, Blizzard Beach, this would be a great punch for Blizzard Beach, the water park, the Disney water park. Also, because we've all been freezing in Florida, it is great for if you like, because it felt like it could snow. It was so freezing. All right, so we've got this punch, and then you can trim it off, or you can leave it and start punching. Now, you have to kind of decide before, or you're not going to get this little pocket, and I'll tell you what I mean. So let me cut this off. All right, so now it's a little independent border. I'm going to trim this to 8 by 8. Now, it doesn't have to be a square to do a frame, but the edges have to be even numbers. So it can be 8 by 10. I want to do a square. So I'm going to do it 8 by 8. Now, to use this, and not all border punches are labeled border and frame. I can't believe it, Rosie. I love Blizzard Beach. It's so fun. Okay. So if you're going to do a frame, you will want to notice, if I can just catch the light just right. Can you see this line right here? Instead of lining up at this center line, you want to line up out here. So you're going to go to the line, and you're not going to worry about the fact that you've got this big chunk. You're just going to trust. So you're going to slide over, and you're going to do the same thing that you did. Keep sliding. And you're going to end up with something like this, where you've got these little tabs. Then you're going to flip it. Now you can flip it either way. It doesn't matter. Since I've started this way, I'm just going to continue. You're going to line up that little notch with the line and punch. And now you have a perfect corner. And then you're going to just do the same thing. Now, and since I know most of you are in Florida and you may not have snow picks, you might take the time to travel to snowy places just to get your annual dose of snow. Since I grew up in the Northeast, a lot of my Facebook friends post lots of snow pics, so I do not feel like I have to go personally visit snow. I can live vicariously through them. And again, I've got snowflakes on snowflakes. And last one. Okay. So now I've got my frame, which you can use for a picture, either a circle or a square. Of course, this size you'd have to have made an enlargement, maybe a 5x7, but you could also do a couple longer ones in there. But the nice thing is it just has to be even number. It doesn't have to be square. So you could do one that has like a 4x6 inside. All right, so now I want to grab a piece of, now this is from the vitamin C, which is still available because it's so very popular. And I love it. No, it's vitamin C, but it's like a dark navy. This side almost looks like snow, but it's like water foam. I don't even think you can really see the detail. You really can't. But I just thought this silver would be so pretty on this dark blue, and it is. And you can do all kinds of fun layering with this punch. Doesn't that look great? I just love it. So that is the Snowflake Frame and Border Punch. And it is tons of fun. All right, now, lastly, we've got the Masquerade Punch. And do we have any Phantom fans, Phantom of the Opera fans? Every time I see this punch, I start singing the song. I'll spare you. But it just gets in my head. So this punch is going to fall away. Let me find some fun since it's, gosh, when is Mardi Gras? Is it tonight? Is tonight? Is it tonight? Does Lent start? What's happening? Does anyone know? That Tuesday. Is it tonight? Is that this Tuesday? If it is, then I'm really doing good. I'm trying to find a green piece of cardstock here. And then, of course, we need a yellow piece. Out of my little scrap pieces here. All right. Oh, March 1st. Thank you, Debbie. All right, we got some time. You have plenty of time to get your Masquerade Punch and eat all your treats. All right, All right, so This is just a border punch, they're amazing. So we're going to start, you can start anywhere in between here, but like I said, if you want to have the whole pattern on the first punch, you're going to want to start lined up. Then you're going to push and slide. And these punches are, they're so, ergonomically correct isn't the right word, but they punch so easy. Back in the day, our punches, you had to really stand up over top of them. And so this is cardstock, and I was just one hand doing that. So the reason why I'm doing 3 colors is so that I can layer these masks, though you probably knew where I was going with that. And then I'm also going to show it in silver and gold, because maybe for New Year's you need them. Maybe these would make cute little sunglasses. Actually, for the retreat at Mount Dora, it's because of the way they're like little, the shape of them is like a cat's eye. You could cut them apart and have little sunglasses. All right, so I did remember the scissors amazingly. So now let's have fun with this border here. I think I'll leave the green. So we can just cut these off. And then you can place them on. Top of one of the other ones. And cut apart, I think Catwoman is coming out right now. Whoops, I think I have this backwards. In the movie theater. So when you cut some of them apart, if you've got like a superhero, party, these would be fun for superheroes too. So it takes a little time. It's not like, it wasn't as fast as punching them, but the look I think it looks great. What color am I on? Purple, so I need a and I need one more purple over here. All right, so there's our Mardi Gras. Now I can take my repositionable tape here and just go over these 2 masks and then stick it back on top. So instead of doing the little masks themselves, I can just do this bottom section, and then that's the beauty of the repositionable tape. It just goes onto the paper really. And just this one. Okay. So there's that. Yeah, that would be fun. That would be fun goggles too. Most definitely. Well, yeah, upside down, right? So if you just cut out, let's do it. Not a real, we can round out these edges. I'm sure we can come up with all kinds of things with this one. And we didn't even look at what was in our punch poop. Little lemons, little petals, little leaves, little green leaves that you could piece together if you're someone that saves this kind of thing. Now, I would not like hang on to these. I'm not that type of person that hangs on to all of my scraps. But if I were going to make flowers like on a page, what would have been really good is if they if there was like a fleur-de-lis that came out of this. But you could piece these together to make little flowers. And little leaves. All right. Well, that is the Mardi Gras version. And let's see. For superhero, right? Punch that out of red or blue. Or like I said, we got Catwoman, we got Batman. All that super fun for superheroes. All right, move the punch poop out of the way. Now I wanted to show with the gold and the silver. I think I have enough. I don't know. I might just have enough to do. Is it going to work? Oh, that's pretty good. I wasn't sure if I had enough paper. So this is only about an inch. So for this particular punch, only about an inch of paper is necessary, which is really nice. So if you've got a masquerade type wedding, formal event, like I think this weekend or last weekend in DeLand was the crew DeLand, their event. Of course, in years past, the Cannonballs fundraiser has been a Mardi Gras theme because Kane was at LSU. All right, so here they are, silver and gold on the black paper. And they look fabulous as well. It must be tool time because I have a desk full of punch poop and some really fun punched pieces. All right. I think now it's time for us to, I gotta run and grab the tool to give away. Hold, please. All right. Well, this will also go great with our the bee theme that's going on for National Scrapbook Day. If I can open the box. It's brand. So for those of you watching now, and if you've shared, and hopefully, my goodness, hopefully we've been collecting. Oh, good. StreamYard's been collecting. So this little friend makes a great sunflower, makes a great just medallion, makes a sun, makes a nice sun. It's very versatile. Makes so we've got the bee punch coming out for National Scrapbook Day, and so the little bee punch will look really cute on this as a flower. And if you like to have them kind of pop up, this is a big enough punch where you can kind of have the edges curl up and layer some different colors on. So anyway, so I'm going to give that away to one lucky sharer right now. And then later tonight at 10, those of you watching the replay and those of you that are on right now, you will be entered to win $10 off of your next order, which could be something that you've told me you want to order because of what you saw today. So let me come back to you. Hopefully you had fun watching these new tools in action. And I will now share. Oh, okay. I'm going to show you, Subi. All right. Let me share. Let's go to our giveaway. All right, so we're drawing for the punch. And Tracy, you are the winner. Oh, that will look good with some blingity on there. That is a blingable punch for sure. You know, not all punches are blingable. So congratulations to Tracy for winning the punch, flower, sun, medallion, whatever you want to call it. And so you will have fun with that on your card making for sure, because she digitally scrapbooks, but she makes beautiful cards. All right, so what else was I going to show you real quick? I'm going to take you back out to buttons. All right, back to if you go to Daytona Area Scrapbooking and then click on the calendar and events at the top, you're going to come to this calendar page. Now, if you haven't, two important things to tell you right now. If you're signed up for the card class subscription, so that you get the card class every month, maybe I should show you how to find that. Well, if you click on the card class link and then click on, let's see, click on RSVP. Make sure I jump over here and share this tab. All right. Down here, well, that's not true. I will add it there. Where it is if you click on card classes, then up here it's highlighted. It says click here to purchase the monthly subscription, and you can cancel it at any time. So if you purchase the monthly subscription, then you'll never miss a card class. And the reason why I said all that was because of National Scrapbook Day. So as usual, or as I've done since 2020, it is all virtual. My next in-person big crop outside of a retreat will be my Go Gray in May event, and that it will be in May. So down here on the 24th, you'll see a National Scrapbook Day. There's also a link on my Facebook page under the events with more information. So it's Don't Worry, Be Scrappy. That's the theme. When you click on RSVP, it's all virtual. It's the March 24th to April 4th. Okay, so it's like 12 days. You will pick, you can see the schedule here. It'll say, already have it all up there as far as the challenges, the going gazebo, all that good stuff. If you click on the Get Tickets, that will take you to all of the different tickets. So this one is Queen Bee, and it's $90. If you want to see the information, it says right here, NSD registration, Queen Bee. It's both the paper and the card and a t-shirt and the bee punch. And then the Worker Bee is the registration and the bee punch, and it tells you how much you save by getting these bundles. So here's NSD cards, Worker Bee. The Worker Bees come with the bee punch. And then here's just the regular registration. So if you want to register for paper, you would select this. It tells what's in it. So if you're on the card subscription already, you're already going to get this. And if you want to get the bee punch and also add the paper, then you can get the Worker Bee and you're going to get both. Okay. And then if you just want to add the bee punch or add the Don't Worry, Be Scrappy t-shirt, which is a beautiful blue color. It's like the tip of these leaves. It's not this periwinkle color. It's a little like, well, maybe it's in between. Anyway, it's super cute. And that is the deal with National Scrapbook Day. And if you have any questions ever, you know that you can just text me or call me or send me a message and I will get back to you and answer your questions. So if the card kit is going to be the National Scrapbook Day. So if you are on the subscription, you're already signed up for National Scrapbook Day. For the virtual, you're good. If you are not on the subscription, then you can sign up for paper or cards or both. And like I said, hopefully that's sort of clearish. And if you have any questions, you can let me know. Well, I think that is all. And for those of you watching the replay, I hope you enjoyed yourself. I'm sorry we missed you. And as a reminder, don't forget to sign up for the card class. Those are starting to ship tomorrow. And also don't forget to, if you're interested in any of those limited edition adhesives on the Creative Memories website right now, let me know. And you will be entered to win that exclusive paper pack. Whew, that's a lot. And so hopefully you guys got all that. And if you didn't, it's okay. I'm available for questions. And I look forward to seeing you all soon. And until I see you again, preen and fluff and strut your stuff. You are amazing. That's what the card says. And you are. So until I see you again, stay scrappy, my friends. Bye-bye.